Buck, which head coach, we know about Gene Chizik, but who else feeling a little warmth under the old gluteus maximus?
I think Mr. Dooley at Tennessee is one of those guys. You got to say it. I mean, once you start saying your quarterback isn't doing what he needs to do and playing the right way, and they haven't been able to beat teams in the SEC, all the things that they were looking for. I knew he took over a bad situation, but I will just say, if you're not winning games and you're at Tennessee where they expect more, it's tough for him right now.
He's got to go 4-0 in November. That's the key. They're probably going to lose this week. They've got Troy, Missouri, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky to finish to go 7-5. You lose one of those, he's probably out.
How about a guy that doesn't even have a seat anymore? How about John L. Smith? I think that whole 10-month contract is over.
Jeff Tedford at Cal probably in a little bit of danger. Joker Phillips probably already out of a job.
Barron's, Iowa.
La 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 la.
What about Mark Richt? What about Mark Richt at Georgia?
All right, let's move on.
Paul Bunyan really does take center stage today. You get the Paul Bunyan Trophy and the Paul Bunyan Axe. The Stanford Cal Axe are also at stake today. Traveling Trophy is a long, rich place in college football tradition. Some of these trophies they're not very pretty. They're sort of unconventional, but players will go to great lengths to win them because, as Chris Conley reports, there's nothing worse than an empty trophy case.
The old Oaken bucket belongs to the wagon wheel goes to the Kent State Trophy. Axe remains Minnesota has won the job. Brass spittoon stays with Michigan.
That call collect because we're not taking.
Paul Bunyan's axe comes back. Come at us.
Not every trophy is the Heisman or represents a national championship. In fact, lots of Autumn's rivalry games are played for traveling trophies, kept for the year by the school and brandished by the victors. Proudly? Yes, even the Illabuck.
It's a turtle. Whenever Ohio State and Illinois play, everyone gets the Illabuck.
Despite all those cameras at the Bush Push, many have watched USC and Notre Dame without knowing the victor gets the jeweled shillelagh.
A shillelagh is an Irish magical stick, and we play for a couple of shillelaghs. Why wouldn't you? You're in Notre Dame.
But nothing conveys athletic achievement like a container. In-state rivals Indiana and Purdue vie for the old Oaken bucket. When the Hoosiers take on the Spartans of Michigan State, what's at stake is the not for the squeamish old brass spittoon.
Everybody's got to spit in this. All right.
And since 1903, the winner of Michigan, Minnesota has earned an earthenware symbol of excellence.
I don't know if there's anything in there right now, but it'd taste pretty sweet if he took a swig.
But it's not just the little brown jug the Maize and Blue compete to keep. Their rivalry with Michigan State, it's for the Paul Bunyan Trophy.
They say it's one of the ugliest, but that thing is huge.
Too huge ever to be confused with the Paul Bunyan Axe. The Minnesota-Wisconsin winner gets that one, and it's worth dashing for, as Badgers O-lineman Dan Benning did at the end of the 2004 game.
He was in a three-point stance, ready to go when that clock sounded.
First one to the axe, raises it.
He was about 6'5", 330 pounds.
There we go.
He was about halfway across the field, feeling pretty good about himself, and all of a sudden Scott Starks, who was about 5'10" and ran a 4.3 40, came sprinting by him.
Who's going to get there? Starks has got the lead.
And I'll never forget the look on his face as he realized he wasn't going to be the first guy there.
Oklahoma and Texas get at it for the Golden Hat. Mississippi State and Ole Miss go for the Golden Egg. Arkansas LSU, the Golden Boot. And it's heavy.
I saw several guys pick it up, and they were shocked by how much it weighed, and I just kind of backed away and said, y'all got that one.
Hard to know who'd want to recognize this. The Stephen F. Austin Northwestern State rivalry in Division I AA is for the Chief Cato Trophy. At 7'6" tall, it's every bit as big as it is culturally insensitive.
And they'll take Chief Cato right back to Nacogdoches.
One team likes to imagine an alternate reality on its rivalry trophy.
Right now, you can see that it says Stanford 20, Cal 19, 1982 on this plate, and that's the correct score.
All the band is out on the field!
Well, not to everyone else who saw the Stanford-Cal big game that year. Sure, trophies can be easier to win than they are to hang on to. But unlike some prizes for season-long greatness or for European soccer, these are indestructible. Because when it comes to traveling trophies, the only thing that breaks is the heart of the losing team.
In his first year. Second year, next year, become relevant in SEC discussions, and that's it. No farther outside of that 2-year mark. You know, they'll build from there, but they want to be in all the SEC discussions about winning conference championships and becoming one of the better programs in the entire SEC.
Ole Miss wins the toss. They defer, so Arkansas will get the football first. Bryson Rose to kick it away from the Rebels in their road white jerseys. And that will send it through the end zone, so the Hogs will bring it out to the 25-yard line. 10th in the conference, but lately they've been putting it up to the tune of 73 points a game. Deep down the middle, first pass is caught into Ole Miss territory.
Ellison, the safety, but watch the setup right here. Just the speed and the size, pushing right at Trey Ellison, the true freshman, and then right there the concentration at the end of it.
On fourth down, pass is caught. First down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. They needed 11, and they got 22 yards as Kobe Hamilton comes up with yet another big catch.
Boy, nice job by Greg, the tight end, and freeing it up. It's just a square end, but
he was 5 out of 9 on the year. And so Arkansas takes the opening possession from their own 25. Stuffed at the line, maybe a yard when it's all said and done, and that'll bring up third down. Trey Flowers out of the eye. Here's Johnson again. Down to the 43-yard line, 7 more yards. And
Tyler Wilson.
Wilson hit as he throws down the middle. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Arkansas. Chris Gregg. Welcome back, big fella. 42 yards.
Stand in and take the hit from Trey Elston to deliver the touchdown pass to Chris Gregg, putting the Razorbacks up 10-0.
Looking for his first completion. He's 0 for 3. Here's Scott. He is wrestled to the ground. Austin Flynn. Loose football. Arkansas has it.
It was a huge hole along the left side. Watch it right here. Freeze it. Right there. Nice alleyway. Just give it to Randall Mackey and let him go. And it just took so long, and Jared Green was the guy that came up with the fumble recovery. But he's thinking Wallace is going to keep it. Wallace giving it a little bit late.
His last 3 attempts. He is 7 out of 15 for 113 yards and a touchdown. That's time. Dumps it off. Niall Davis to midfield, and he is tripped up there. First down, Arkansas. Wallace. That ball is picked off. It looked as though Bo Wallace hit his arm on an Arkansas player on the follow-through, and it just floated right into the hands of Ross Rasner.
Big Brian Jones steps in the way of Bo Wallace's pass. He can't follow through, and it went right into the breadbasket of Ross Rasner.
Bo Wallace, 9th interception.
This could be a nightmare game for Tyler Wilson if they'd hung on to just a couple of those.
On third down and 10, Dennis Johnson takes a bunch of white jerseys with him out to the 23-yard line, a 17-yard gain. Here's Williams. He bounces it to the outside. First down at midfield. Just kind of in that no man's land right now for Arkansas. Wilson hit as he throws, passes caught. Kobe Hamilton to the 20, down to the 15. You can mark it at the 14-yard line. Wesley Middleton tracks him down, but that's 28 big yards.
Boy, Collins gets to the face of Tyler Wilson, and that's what makes Wilson special. Watch him stand in right here.
Kobe Hamilton in the slot to the far side. Down to the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. Alex Volsky. His first catch.
He's going to work way in and just kind of set himself up into the end zone. I'm sorry, the other side. Here's the other tight end right here.
But 1:21 on the clock and 3 timeouts. That is plenty of time for Ole Miss, this offense, to move the football, which will be placed at the 25-yard line. Come to the near side again. He'll stay in bounds this time, though. Mackey fighting for the sidelines. Finally wrestled down by Mitchell, and they'll have to call a timeout.
Both exciting, electric players that they just seem to make plays.
On 3rd down, Rebels will throw it. H.R. Greer makes the catch, but he'll be shy by 1.5 yards. Trey Flowers coming out of his defensive end position to make the play.
Well, he's been extremely consistent this year, and that's a defensive end out in space.
Dennis Johnson. Some nifty running. Nice. He has the football over the 25.
Right on pace. 107 a game. That leads the SEC in receiving yards.
Over the middle, nice grab. Good catch from Julian Horton. Had to punt on their opening possession in the 3rd quarter. Here's Scott. He'll lose. Scott. Austin Flynn with another spectacular play. Well, that side with Flynn and Flowers, they have done a brilliant job manning their defensive end position today.
Yeah, mentioned earlier, junior college transferred in this spring, and you see all 6'5", 260 of him to make the play on Jeff Scott. He's a good athlete. Look at this, operating in space against this.
Here's a little reverse. Mackey trying to throw, chased down, and will just sail it out of bounds into about the 3rd row.
A smart play, and they're going to call him for a grounding penalty. Well outside the tackle box, and the ball got down the field, and there was a receiver there. So I don't know about this one.
The 1st down line's at the 18.
Intentional grounding. Number 1 on offense. This player was not the person to receive the snap. Therefore, he does not have a privilege of legally grounding. Loss of down.
It's a good call, and it's by the rules. You'll see here the end around, the toss by Jeff Scott. And it was instant pressure right away.
Inside the 35, that's 18 yards. Kimdichie finally brings him down.
Place of Brian Bennett.
Boy, Dennis Johnson getting the heavy workload today. Mal Davis out, he's banged up. Ronnie Wingo's also banged up. Over the middle, wide open touchdown. Austin Tate, the tight end. 3rd down and 3. Excuse me, 3rd down and 13 instead of 3rd down and 8. Wallace is dropped. Well, a 53-yard field goal from Bryson Rhodes makes it a 7-point game, 27-20, last 8.5.
They're going to have a play or two defensively to
some work in the locker rooms between periods certainly paid off for these 2 teams. And it continues to pay off for Arkansas. That's a loss of 1 yard.
We talk about themselves into some postseason play.
Speaking of that, both these clubs eyeing that as well. That pass is caught. Julian Horton, gain of 12, moved the chains.
Horton's made some nice grabs today. Had one earlier in the game.
Hamilton with a great grab. Well, Wallace being chased, and he'll be dropped back at the 22. A loss of 4. Ross Rasner with the big play for the Razorbacks. on 2nd and short. Here's the handoff to Johnson to the 40. Still on his feet, down to the 25-yard line. 20 yards on the ground. Quintavious Burdett brings him down, but
on that last run, watch this. Watch this move. Elston Seven's going to come right into your screen. Take that. I'll see you later.
So 1st down and 10. Here's Johnson to the 15, to the 10, to the 7, to the 5. What a run! What a run!
Sometimes you just got to have a little want to. And watch Dennis Johnson carrying defenders, breaking tackles, fighting, scratching. Come on for the ride.
Johnson, he will take it in.
Why not, huh, Dave?
Here we go. It's over, and the Rebels have done it. They win it 30-27.